Okay, we're on, Coach.
We're on. The show must go on. Good turnaround Tuesday, everybody. I'm with Mike. Mike, besides Turnaround Tuesday, a guy that, I do a little of his stuff, W.D. Gann, who thought that time was more important than price. So the change of seasons, first day of winter, looking forward to having a great winter trading season with you, Mike. And my first question to you is right away, you posted 4605 and the S&Ps were big, came off pretty good from that 4605, bro. So, it's may not be an all clear for the market yet. What do you think?
Well, listen, I like the way the market's acting. The right stock for the rat. Well, first of all, log into TradeGATEHub. But as we speak, at 10:07 Eastern, the right stocks are acting the way they should. You know what? I will even show my screen for a second. Give me a second.
Seems like NASDAQ was under the most pressure and it came in, I don't know, about 130 higher and faded to be, I don't know, up 10 last I looked. But it seems like people are willing to sell the rips here.
Hold on a second. Let me share so we could. I'm trying to show that they are. It's still a lot of gamma to come off, if you will, like I posted this morning.
Yeah.
But here as we have right here, and I'm changing actually programs, if you will. So let me just see if the chart can work here. All right. So this is my basic universe, if you will. So you want Pfizer to sell off, obviously, and you want the right stocks are rotating correctly with the airlines and the transports acting well. The oils are in between. Some of the high growth came in. I think that's profit taking. I still think people are taking tax losses that are still up on these other stocks here. So this is the rotation.
Okay.
As I said before, even if we go to TradeGATEHub, if I can jump ahead, and I'm going to be cognizant to know if I'm sharing my screen correctly. These were the stocks, the sectors here that came in overbought and or oversold, and I post them every day, and everybody should know that. And they are, where are our sectors? They might be here. I posted a lot this morning. Our sector sentiment. I'll get it here.
It's a pretty good sign of airlines popping. The press got it wrong. They all went with that Omicron was now dominant, 73%, and it was some kind of glitch in a algo, and it's not true. We're not there yet. That may be behind airlines rebounding. I just don't think anything's going to stop people from going now. They have huge fatigue from this COVID, and they just want to live their lives. I think they're going to.
Well, we can get into. Well, I'll tell you what I base. Listen, that we're getting into. This is how I view it. And I guess you're asking your opinion away.
Yeah.
I view it that people are, at least myself, and I'm not the judge and the jury, that when vaccinated twice and with the booster, it's analogous to the most degree to a common cold. And I hope people are getting to realize that. That's the gathering that I'm having. Doesn't mean that I'm going to go out and go to. I don't know how it's deterred me personally. Once again, I'm not the judge and the jury, but I wish people would. And the market's acting like it to a degree. The market even acted like it in the beginning. There was so we flinched a little bit. As we flinched a little bit, and we're right back up. It's fine. You know what I mean? If the market on COVID made the V-shaped recovery, the initial COVID made the V-shaped recovery to close even higher than it did before. Why is this going to be any different when there's 78% vaccination or whatever? So, and from what I'm gathering, and my living is predicated upon interpreting news or sometimes even anticipating news. And listen, the market's showing it right now. I don't think this is the Santa Claus rally with the bounce, to be honest with you.
Well, most people get confused. They think Santa Claus rally is the week of Christmas. It's the week after, right, Mike?
Well, listen. I don't know if it crosses over into the January effect. Yeah. Sometimes the January effect on these smaller stocks is bigger even than the Christmas rally. But you know what? There are a lot of stocks that are only 0.5% to 1% off their lows. Big stocks. I'm talking about Square, Twitter, Snap. Right now, Facebook. Well, I'll get into it in a second in my charts. But the rotation is. It's so far as today it should be. It's obviously Wednesday morning. Fridays being Christmas Eve. So, we always got to keep in mind, never short a dull market, and volume is more prevalent than ever, at least hand to mouth trading wise. But this is my opinion about even the Santa Claus rally. I think that I don't even think that they're going to squeeze the low floaters. There are a couple of breaking for me, for example, the stock percentage stocks that are up more than 20% on my screen is dissipating on a daily basis, because you know what? Why is somebody going to worry about buying a squeeze in Hood? And I get it. I try it too. When you could buy Square, Apple, or Microsoft on an analogous, even safer dip in somewhat still
Maybe
uncertain
the
time.
squeezers are in Bermuda till New Year's.
No.
Till after New Year's.
Listen, I'll be waiting Christmas, New Year's morning, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I got some. I'll be hoping some stocks that I have. And listen, I'm not going to lie. I don't buy any stocks on any account just for squeeze factor. That's the worst thing you could do, because that doesn't happen. The opposite happens. It cascades the other way. And as I said yesterday before in our telecast, if you will, that the majority of stocks, and believe me, I've seen thousands of traders. I'm privy to TradeView's thousands of accounts of retail traders. The majority of stocks that people are taking losses, myself included, are cheap stocks that people are waiting for the squeeze. Like I said, I got a couple that I'm waiting for. It's definitely not going to make or break my year, but I'm trying to get out of them again. So what I'm saying is,
the difference of experience, Mike, is what you just said, because the experience of a lot of people that came in with meme stocks and seeing the kind of moves that we've had in the last 6 months, they think that's normal, right?
well,
And they think, go ahead.
It's normal. Listen, every dog has his day, and we keep apologizing that we're old guys. And I'm not apologizing about being cerebral or deciphering.
I like silver because of the color of my hair, Mike.
Well, listen,
silver market.
My wife might sometimes make more money at the racetrack betting the color of the silks than I can put my head in the racing form. It's the same. I'm serious, by the way. So there's no science there either. But what I'm saying is, it's seasonality. Jim Cramer sure pumping the as I posted on a TradeGATEHub. He's surely pumping the Santa Claus rally. And you know what? I think the ideal thing for me today is we open nice. Well, let me even go to TradeGATEHub and give an example. Okay, so this is the data that I post on a daily basis. Hopefully we can see this properly. Okay.
Got it.
So this is tactical sentiment. The most important sentiment in terms of quality, and I always post quality instead of quantity, and I'm open to suggestions, believe me, but like this is a compilation of, if you're an active manager, even a swing trader, that this is a pretty good compilation of what you need to take money out of the market every day and base your own plan. This isn't my ego talking. This is the majority of people, my peers, that even gave it to me. So I want to put that aside. Okay. So this is where we were yesterday morning. The market was down, what, 200-300, whatever it was yesterday. So this is where we were yesterday. So you got to understand that now the data that I put out on Monday, yesterday was a very weak day. So this is where we opened, where we're coming into today. So you know what? That doesn't happen that often. Obviously, the swings have been greater. So the risk to reward for me was great to be long. And also, this was yesterday with the NASDAQ future sentiment. Yesterday we were down, what, 1.5%, 2%. So this is where the NASDAQ sentiment was coming into today. So it said to me that the risk, what I did, and I did do it, and I'll show you, and I could have been wrong, because the thing here is, even if I was wrong, and usually are when you buy something this dramatic, you're probably going to be wrong before you're going to be right, is it was worth to take it to me, keeping in mind the Santa Claus rally. I saw Nike had good earnings. Micron's up $8. So you kind of have to anticipate these type of things. There are some sectors that didn't bounce. For example, if I show you here, if I can show my screen.
Also, Mike, I know your red line in the VIX where you start becoming concerned is 30. And yesterday with the big break, and some averages took out their prior lows, and the VIX put in a lower high. Is that significant to you at all? That stayed under 30 on this sell-off?
You know what? Listen, like I said, the data that I put out is a compilation of what other people use, and
seen through your lens, Mike. Okay, I mean, you could put this data in and have an untrained eye look at it and not know what the heck to do with it. So it's really, the experience that you have had in the markets before you curated this list that makes this list and your intelligence gathering valuable to you,
Well,
right?
listen, my whole experience, I traded for at a high level at another firm. This is not Pat Mike V on the back hour. I'm just coming with my dossiers about, if you will. So the bottom line is, uh, I was taught the only thing I was taught to simplify it, and that's trade stocks with range,
Yeah,
good price action and volume. And
yeah.
I've seen people make 7-figure livings still to this day, not knowing. I mean, not knowing it's something MTR. It's just like I said. I'm not. It's not an ego thing. I'm not here for you and I to converse. I'm trying to give everybody the best opportunity, or sit down at a table and order appropriately and take money out of the market every day. And I didn't make this up. This is over 26 years, and I'm doing that. We're here to do that for people the best we can. But the proper things are rotating right now. The transports are holding in. You asked me about the VIX in the question. I'm jumping around here now. I'm looking at my quotes. So let's look at the VIX. I'm glad that the VIX is. Yeah, this is the VIX.
Sold off again from lower high yesterday with that sell-off on the daily. So I thought that was a positive sign for the market.
But listen, there are two ways to interpret the VIX. People think that the market maybe wanted to sell off because there wasn't a high enough fear. Me included to a degree. But it gets to a point where even it breaks technically with volume that you have to say, okay, the worst is over. And even with this, with the gamma coming in and being so low that dealers start, kind of have to come back and start covering some of or buying some of their calls back. As I posted on TradeGATEHub, that's where I thought the edge was with the NASDAQ and the market opening up today. That's all.
Okay. Yesterday, crude sold off. The energy market sold off pretty good with the market. It turned first. It turned up first. Now, I'm not a bull in crude, but, I think we could see 75, 76 again. I think yesterday was we put in a higher low and there could be some upside.
Look at
I'm
this.
going to have Tracy Schuchart here Thursday. And,
Bravo. Thank you.
Mike, when I think about it, you called the top in that gas. I mean, I didn't, I would not have imagined this break would have been so deep. You probably didn't either when you
Still
turned
in it if I
bearish in
did.
late October.
Coach, you know what, the nat gas, listen, I'm going to tell you why how I caught the top is because of so many times I tried and didn't. And it was a patient. Listen, if you could see, even we talked about small, it was evident there with the volume coming in and even the RSI. And you know what, nat gas even goes opposite what the market does sometime. If you know that, for some reason it goes opposite of what. But yesterday, I'll give you an example of a stock that I wanted to buy yesterday and I didn't, and I'm upset I didn't know where it is now. Is Devon Energy. Now you want to talk about a stock that's continually the best of breed. The stock closed with tremendous volume on the high with range, and it worked. And the oils were the first to go. I didn't buy ConocoPhillips either. That might have a little overhead supply. They all do.
They all do.
But those, buying the best of breeds yesterday would have been very nice. Fang, the other Fang, gave you $7 without even looking. And the ancillary ones, COP gave you what? 66 to 70. It's a good move. The VIX, listen, aside from the market being thin and never short a dull market going into the holiday, the VIX might be a little bit elevated because of the thinness of the volatility that might cause it. But, obviously with Omicron, it's up to date and it's a moment by moment thing, literally as we speak. And it seems like it's dissipating from what I'm seeing from the markets, not my opinion. So I don't think I think the VIX is irrelevant going into the end of the year.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably a great time to be on the short side of options, volatility decreasing.
I agree.
So, a lot of people make great livings selling volatility until that one move happens and they end up, picking up nickels off the sidewalk and then a steamroller comes in.
Well, it's like betting, it's like betting show at the racetrack. You have to be right on the VIX 8 out of 10 times. You can't get wiped out that one time because it'll negate that 8 wins.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I've seen it happen. I've done it.
You know, what a great place to learn. Let me ask you, it's an interesting question. Easier to make money in the markets, Mike, than at the track?
No, it's no, the edge, no.
Because
Like
most would say yes, and you say no.
no, I say no. The edge is in the markets. I got a good edge in both places. Don't lie. I'm not going to lie to you. But listen, I learned there, but it all comes down to discipline.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Only
discipline. I
what
know
the
professional gamblers at the racetrack go for a week straight with bags of money next to them and don't make a bet. And like the oldest cliche out there, trading's not hard. Traders make trading hard. It's a hypocritical game.
okay. So you have any plans for next week, or do you
Well, yeah,
wind
try to hope
down?
my low floaters. They squeeze my low floaters. Yeah.
Okay.
But do I have any plans? I'm going to see. Listen, I have a couple. I have a couple of portfolios that I have to close. To close the books on, as
Right.
most people do. I'm not going to lie. And then every point, every percentage point counts. Yeah, I'll be here, and I'll be doing the show. So, do I have any plans? Yeah, I want to be disciplined. I want to only my stock selection is going to be narrower, and I'm going my rules of stocks with volumes, range, and price action going to a holiday are going to even more tantamount. I don't want to get stuck in a thinly traded stock and ruin, and be waiting to, what I mean?
Yeah.
We've all been there, but with 20,000 shares or something, it's a dollar spread that I'm trying to get out of. That annoying. I'm not letting that happen anymore. I don't let it happen in a long time, but everybody can slip every once in a
Yields
while.
are coming back a little bit today too, Mike. That's kind of after the Fed did their double taper, the spread kind of flattened, but 10-year coming back today held the previous low. Smells a little bit like
Well,
maybe the Fed was right to
Well,
do
I
a
don't like the
double
rotation. I
taper.
look up right in my screen here, although I did sell Macy's and I'm upset. I look at the rotation. I'm not happy at this. I don't know why this isn't working. I'm not happy at
Retailers.
AT&T. I'm not happy at AT&T with this breakout. They're going to yields. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Financials having a decent day because they got hammered.
I don't like Phil. Look at Philip Morris. I mean, we're old, but
Yeah.
you know what? That I'm not saying I'm going to trade it. I actually might, but on a macro level, that's not a positive, right?
Right.
So look at Procter and Gamble.
Yeah, we talked about Staples leading the way last week. That was kind of a danger sign for the market. And
there's AT&T. We had Louis Pinto trying to buy this for all. Now it's popping. I hope you're in it, Louis. General Mills came out with news today. Let's see how they reacted on numbers. I know it's not a barn burner. Well, at least that's down $2. But you know what? General Mills, oh, that has no range. So at least they got the General Mills. But if I go to my universe here, Nike had earnings, but that pulled back $5 off the high. A stock like Tesla's only up $2. Oracle still, Nevada's negative, which I don't like, and even if crypto's up. So I just, you got to be stock specific. And the stock like Sava, even that was halted a couple of times, and that's in play today. Let's look at Sava. You want to talk about a stock with range? The stock was 35, 34 yesterday, and it was 653. And today it opened, it's got halted at 55, and now it's 43. So listen, there's stuff to play. Sava is what traded 8 million so far as of 10:30 Eastern with a $14 range, $9 range. I'm good. So listen, there are things to do, but you have to be prudent even more than ever.
Okay, well, we had a pop in the miners last week after the Fed, and they're having a hard time following through. Silver's having a pretty good day today. Yeah, look at where Newmont stopped.
Yeah, that's what. That's why
you were shorting it the other day.
I did. And by the way, I wasn't looking to marry it because there was a lot of supplicity.
You should have dated it.
I did, but the support. Listen, the smart thing to do is buy the dip. I get it. I still make the hard money, but I did make the money. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. Let's look at the. I
think that we might make one more trip to the bottom end of the range, trade under 50, and I'll back up the truck at 48 for Newmont.
Is that so?
Yes,
Yeah. I will
take note of that, please.
No, I don't know. I'll be in the trade with you. It sounds like a
Okay.
good, where'd you say, where?
48 under the, clean out all the longs first. Under 52. There you
Yeah,
go.
well,
There you
that's a,
go.
that's a 200-day moving average, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't talk you out of the trade. That's not
Okay.
bad. All right.
All right.
All right.
You know,
We're in it.
that's what we do here, Mike. We share ideas. And, you know, I really like the combination of a commodity guy and a stock guy, you
Yeah, I
know,
do
and,
too.
you know, because,
One of
you
us is
know,
going to be right.
I get trade selection from you based upon the themes that I see in underlying, you know, more general markets like oil and miners and currency. And you do all the specific research to find best of breed. So, I mean, you give me an edge when I go into equities.
I appreciate that, and I hope I do the
Yeah.
same. And right now, it's not a positive. Well, do you see right now, Tesla was only up $2 5 minutes ago, and now it's
Yeah.
down $2.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm not dismissing the compliment by any means, but
Yeah.
I want to get something even more macro with the audience, for lack of a better term. And stocks like Adobe that are now making new lows and are that big of a, you know, that's I mean, Adobe's a behemoth.
Yeah.
And for that to be making new lows after earnings and no stability, a stock like Oracle that went from 105 to 90. I know they bought somebody, but it's Oracle, for crying out loud. So, you know
Yeah.
what? You can't get greedy, and you gotta, you know what? I'm not mad that what did I come with? I come in with some of them going down now. Like,
Are we on the verge of a 10% correction? Because everyone has been 5 and we make lows and rally to new highs. 5% correction, we stabilize and we rally to new highs. Could we be setting up for more than that to shake up the people that think it's, you know, that things repeat you know, infinitely?
well, let's go with technicals, and let's go with sentiment. Let's look at the SPX. Okay. I don't care if that's Alcoa, the SPX, Macy's, or whatever. That's not a good chart, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mike, that's what is that? It's an ABC pattern or something.
Well,
Then
you
ABC
got yeah, you have an 18 handle scalp from your number at resistance this morning.
Well, that
So,
was the
I mean, you
number.
know, someone could have seen your comment if they checked in
Well, at least I
to,
did.
yeah, 4605, big number for ES, Mike Venezia. I think that was near the high of the day.
That was right there.
Yeah.
If we could see that, I don't know if you can.
So a lot of, you know, a lot of ideas and things for people to take action
And by
on
the
that are
way,
action
let me
plans.
say that I didn't come up with that. That is part of the amalgamation of data that I put
Okay.
out. That
Okay.
wasn't me. That was for the data that I interpret and try to put out for other people. It's a lot of data, and it's advanced data. I'm just trying to simplify. If anybody has a question of where and why, I'll be free to answer it. But I'm trying to just get to the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know what an edge that is. You know, guys like Dalio still meet with 15 of his trading staff every morning to talk about what you accomplish from a curated list of things that are important to see.
Well, as an active manager, it's part of the job. So I appreciate
Yeah.
the compliment, but it's what I should be doing. And it's what we'll
Okay.
continue to do. So we'll let everybody go, and I'll be with today's Wednesday. I will be off tomorrow, Friday. So I won't be on it. We won't be on until Friday's Christmas Eve. Is that
Yeah,
great? Or
you will
Friday's
be.
Christmas?
Yeah. And just to remind everyone, they could tune in for our guest of the week, Tracy Shukart. Her Twitter
Who's that?
handle is at Shy Girl, and we'll
Is
be
that her?
Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah. Stacy will be with us tomorrow.
Good for that. That's good,
You
Coach.
follow her?
Marketing. Yeah, you know what? I have.
Okay.
And it's
All right.
not, it's obviously, I have. It's, you know what? No, she's all right. No, she's all right. I know why you follow her. And it's not even a gender thing. She's all right.
Yeah. All right,
She
buddy.
is. Yeah. All right. Enjoy
We
your
got
day.
the
Have a
Mike
plan. Trade
Venezia
well.
stamp of approval for
No,
tomorrow.
no. I get it. I get it.
All right. So, you know, everyone have a great day.
Cheers.
Remember, it's the holidays. And, you know, besides making money, pulling money out of the market, let's try a little something different. How about spreading more kindness in our life
Less margin calls.
and more kindness? Yeah,
I agree.
let's find a kind margin clerk so we could go upside down and he can't find us. Anyway,
Cheers, everyone. Enjoy.
yeah, cheers, Mike. Thank you very much for your time today, bro.
All right. It's how they close today. Remember. Cheers.
Adios.